this is Nidhi Ketia. Today we will discuss about the isolation, identification and analysis of the phytoconstituents. Okay, so today we our study of the content, that is isolation, identification and analysis of the phytoconstituents of the alkaloids and resin. Okay, quinine, rasparin and caffeine, that's including in the alkaloids, and podophylotoxic and curcumin, these both are the considered in the resin. Okay, so let's we started with the alkaloids, that for first constituent, that is quinine. Okay, so that biological source, that is quinine is the quinoline alkaloids obtained from the dried bark of the Cinchona officinalis and Cinchona calicaya and Cinchona legerina and Cinchona shusirubal. Okay, this is the bark of the Cinchona and their species. Okay, these four are the species of the Cinchona, that is officinale, calicaya, then legerina and shusirubal. Okay, then the family, that is Rubiaceae family, and that's axon, that is the antimalarial axon. Okay, and this is the structure of the Cinchona constituent, quinine constituent. Okay, then now we see the isolation procedure. So take the weight quantity of the Cinchona bark powder and moist it with the alcoholic calcium hydroxide. Okay, alcoholic calcium hydroxide, then calcium oxide and potassium hydroxide. That's a solution around 20%. Okay, their concentrated concentration around the 20%. And then sodium hydroxide solution, that concentration, that is 5%. Then keep the mixture for 1 hour so that the alkaloids convert into the free bases. Okay, then the resultant mixture extract with the benzene in Soxhlet extractor around 6 hours. Okay, Soxhlet extractor mixture extract around the 6 hours. Then filter it, and to filtrate add the 5% of the sulfuric acid and then shake well in separating funnel. Okay, shake well in separating funnel and separate the aqueous and benzene layer. After the adjust the pH of the aqueous layer around 6.5 pH. Okay, adjust the with the sodium hydroxide. Then precipitate of the quinine sulfate separate out. Okay, precipitate of the quinine sulfate, that separate out. Then recrystallize with the hot water. Okay, recrystal for getting the generation of the crystals, gives the recrystallization process with the hot water. Then quinine sulfate is salt so dissolved in the dilute sulfuric acid and ammonia, and pure quinine crystal separate out. Okay, pure quinine crystal are the separate out. So now we see the identification test. So first test, that is Thaliquin test. Okay, Thaliquin test. So in this test, take the test tube, take the test sample. Okay, in one test tube, take the test sample to add bromine water and also add the addition of the ammonia solution, and showing the emerald green color indicates the presence of the quinine. Okay, emerald green color in presence of the quinine. First we take the one test tube and add the test sample, and this add the bromine water and also ammonium solution. Okay, then now we will see the second one test, that is thin layer chromatography. So there is tertiary phase, that is silica gel G, then mobile phase, that is diethylamine, ether and toluene. These three components for the mobile phase, and their ratio, that is the 10 jam 24 jam 40. Okay, this is 10 ml, that is the diethylamine, ether, that is 24 ml, and toluene around 40 ml. Then spraying reagent, that is iodoplatinate reagent. Okay, iodoplatinate reagent, that is the spraying reagent. Okay, so these two are the identification tests. Now we will see the analysis. Okay, so in analysis, the one method are the followed, that is high performance liquid chromatography, that's called the HPLC, high performance liquid chromatography. This method, that is the isocratic. Okay, isocratic, that is the operated by the machine. Okay, that's called the isocratic. Okay, operate by the any solution adjacent or anything else, they operate by the machine, that also that's called the auto system. Okay, that is the isocratic. And stationary phase, we will use the column number C18. Okay, C18, that is the column number. Then mobile phase, that is the methanol 1 and acetonitrile, that is the zero point 0.1 ml, zero point 0.1 mole, okay, per liter, and ammonia and acetone. Okay, so the methanol for the using of the injection of the our constituent dissolution, quinine dissolution for the methanol, and acetonitrile, ammonia and acetate and acetone, their constituents, their level, that is 45, 15 and 40. Okay, and detection, that is a fluorescence at the excitation around 325 nanometer, and emission at the 375 nanometer. Okay, so this is the isocratic machine are the we use the isocratic machine, okay, for the HPLC, okay, process. Now we will see the second one considered, that is the reserpine, also including in the alkaloids. So their biological source, that is the reserpine, is the indole alkaloids obtained from the dry root of the Rauwolfia serpentina. Okay, Rauwolfia serpentine, dried root of the Rauwolfia serpentine. Then family, that is Apocynaceae family, and it is used for the antihypertensive drug. Okay, relieve the hypertension. So they used as the antihypertensive drug. Okay. Then their isolation procedure. So now we see these. First we take the drug root powder, that is the Rauwolfia serpentina root powder, and moisten with the 10% sodium bicarbonate. Okay, moisten with the 10% sodium bicarbonate, and then extract the above mixture with the benzene until it gives the positive reaction with HgI2. Okay, HgI2. Extract with the above mixture with the benzene and until it gives the positive reaction with the HgI2, and filter it and concentrate. Okay, filter it and this adjust the concentration and add the ether and dilute hydrochloric acid to it. Okay, add the ether and dilute hydrochloric acid, and after this addition, shake well. Then separate the acid layer, aqueous layer and acid layer. So separate the acid layer and again washed with the ether, make the alkaline with ammonia. Okay, this acid layer washed with the ether and again add the ammonia for the making alkaline nature. Okay, then extract above solution with the chloroform. The chloroform extract washed with the 10% of the sodium carbonate and separate the chloroform layer and evaporate to dry. Okay, and dissolve it in the methanol. So we get the respirin crystals. Okay, for the recrystallization process, we will add the methanol, this drug add in the methanol and getting the crystals of the respirin. Okay, now we will see the identification test. So take the sample to these add the ethanol and vanillin in acetic acid. Okay, here we take the sample, then ethanol, addition of the ethanol, then vanillin and also acetic acid. Okay, it shows the violet or red color, indicates the presence of the respirin. Okay, and their UV detection range, that is the 268 nanometer. Okay, UV detection range, that is the 268 nanometer. Then now we will see the analysis process. For the analysis process, here we also HPLC high performance liquid chromatography. The short name, that is HPLC. Then their mobile phase, that is water and echo nitride. Okay, both the solvent, filter with the PTFE of the, that is the one type of the filter paper or process PTFE. Okay, 0.45 micro membrane. Okay, that is the filter paper size, that is 0.45 micro membrane, because of the clear solvent filtration. Okay, and then flow rate of the mobile phase is 1 ml in 1 minute. Okay, flow rate of the mobile phase in HPLC, that is 1 ml per 1 minute. Okay, and injection volume, that is 20 microliter at 25 degree of the Celsius. Okay, injection volume, that is 20 microliter at 25 degree Celsius. Okay, their temperature around 25 degree Celsius. This instrument also in isocratic instrument. Okay, now we will see the third constituent, that is the caffeine. Okay, so biological source of the caffeine, that is caffeine is a xanthine alkaloid obtained from the coffee, coca beans and cola nuts and tea leaves. Okay, so it is obtained from the prepared leaves of the tea, Theacinensis. Okay, here we use the preparative leaves of the Theacinensis, that is the tea. Okay, tea leaves. Then their family, that is Theaceae family. Then also it is obtained from the dried ripe fruit of the coffee arabica and coffee liberica. Okay, arabica and liberica. Then their family, that is Rubiaceae family. It's both are the used for the CNS stimulant. Okay, caffeine is used for the CNS stimulant. Okay. Then isolation method, here two isolation method are occurs. So first we see the first isolation method. So take the some quantity of the caffeine powder and extract with the ethanol in chocolate assembly around 6 hours. Okay, then filter it and to filtrate add the magnesium oxide. Okay, filter it and to filtrate add the magnesium oxide. Then mixture it is evaporated to dryness on the water bath. Okay, mixture is evaporated to dryness on the water bath. Above the residue washed with the water multiplied times. Okay, above the residue, this is the residue of the evaporated magnesium filtrate oxide. Okay, and after this mixture is evaporated and to dry and on the water bath. Okay, dryness on the water bath. So we take some residue of the caffeine extract. So after this process, caffeine residue washed with the water multiple times. Okay, and collect the water layer. So this aqueous layer extract add the 10% of the sulfuric acid and boil in 30 minutes. Okay, boil it for the 30 minutes. And after this, once it get lukewarm, add 25 ml of the chloroform. Okay, looks after the boiling process, this solute extract this extract addition of the 25 ml of the chloroform at the lukewarm condition of this extract. Okay, then for the decolorization add the sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. Then to above the mixture add the equal volume of the water and shake well. Okay, then separate the chloroform layer and evaporate to dry, and then dissolve it in the warm water. Warm water. Okay, dissolve in this chloroform layer separate and they evaporate to dry. Okay, then we take the residue and further they dissolve in the warm water. So they gives the needle shaped crystal of the caffeine. Okay, so we take the needle shaped crystal of the caffeine by this warm water recrystallization procedure. Okay, now we see the second one method. So in second method, take the 10 gram of the tea leaves and transfer to the 250 ml of the distilled water. Okay, then after the transfer of the distilled water, then boil it for the 30 minutes. Then allow this decoction to cool and the filter. Okay, allow for the some time for the cooling procedure and then filter it. Okay, so we collect the filtrate and add the 100 ml of the chloroform, then separate the chloroform layer and evaporate it. So we take the white crystals of the caffeine obtained at the bottom side of the layer. Okay, white crystal of the caffeine at the bottom side. Okay, now we will see the identification test. So Murekside test. First we take the sample to add the hydrochloric acid and potassium chloride. Then heat it till get dry. Okay, heat it till get dry. Then expose this powder to dilute ammonia. Okay, then they gives the purple color, so indicates the presence of the caffeine. Okay, first we take the sample, add the hydrochloric acid and also potassium chloride, then give the gently heat and some time for the dryness. Okay, then addition of the dilute ammonia, so they generate the purple color, so they indicates the caffeine are the present. Okay, then now we will see the second one identification test, that is thin layer chromatography. So there are thin layer chromatography, that is TLC. So in TLC stationary phase, as this stationary phase, we will take the silica gel G. Okay, making the silica gel G plate. Then mobile phase, that is ethyl acetate, methanol and acetic acid. That ratio, that is ethyl acetate at around 8 ml, methanol 1 ml and acetic acid 1 ml. Okay, then chloroform and methanol. Second one mobile phase for the chloroform and methanol. So chloroform around 9 ml and methanol around 1 ml. And then spraying reagent, that is the iodine chamber. Visible brown spot appear. Okay, in iodine chamber, visible the brown spot that appear for the identification of the caffeine. Okay, then analysis. So this method, that is also called the isocratic. This method, that is HPLC method. Okay, stationary phase, that is column number C18 column 18, also called the C18. Then mobile phase, that is methanol and water 25 and 75. Methanol around 25 ml and water the around 75 ml. Then detection for the UV visible detection 254 nanometer wavelength. Okay, detection at the UV visible 254 nanometer, their wavelength around then. Okay, this process also called the isocratic, and this process name, that is HPLC, high performance liquid chromatography. Okay, now we will see the constituents of the resin. So first constituent of the resin, that is the podophyllitoxin. Okay, so their biological source, that is the podophyllitoxin, is the lactone resin obtained from the root and rhizome of the Podophyllum hexadrum and Podophyllum imodi. Okay, these two, hexadrum and imodi, that is the biological source of the podophyllitoxin. Podophyllum hexadrum and Podophyllum imodi. Their family, that is Barbidaceae family. Then it's used for the anti-cancer agent. Okay, used for the treatment on the anti-cancer agent. And this is the structure of the podophyllitoxin. Okay. Then now we will see the isolation procedure. So extract the approx 120 gram of the root powder in methanol. Okay, for the extract, Approximately 120 gram of the root powder, add in the 300 ml of the methanol, and they boiling in the Soxhlet apparatus assembly. Okay, and then filter it. Okay, and then filter it, and to its add in the and to this add in the 200 ml of the acidified water, around 200 ml water and 2 ml of the hydrochloric acid. Okay, 200 ml of the water and 2 ml of the hydrochloric acid, that's called the acidified water. And then cool it, then allow for the mixture, allow this mixture and stand for the 2 hours, then precipitate form. Okay, allow for this mixture for the 2 hours and they get the precipitate. Okay, then filter the under vacuum. Okay, filter the under vacuum, then filtered washed with the acidified water, so they form the precipitate form. Okay, and filter washed filtrate washed with the acidified water, that is the 200 ml of the water and 2 ml of the hydrochloric acid. Okay, so they gives the precipitate. Then filter and dissolve the residue in sufficient quantity of the hot alcohol, and hot alcohol around 90%. Then filter and evaporate to dryness. Okay, then recrystallize these residue in the benzene and get the podopilotoxin. Okay, now we will see the identification test. So treat the podophyllotoxin with the 50% of the sulfuric acid in showing the violet blue color. Okay, 50% of sulfuric acid for the showing the violet blue color. Then mercerate 0.5 gram of the drug and 10 ml of the alcohol and filter it. So to filter, add the 0.5 ml of the copper acetate, so they showing the brown color precipitate. Okay, this is the identification test for the podophyllotoxin. Then now we will see the HPLC for the analysis purpose. So high performance liquid chromatography perform on the thermofingering HPLC machine. Okay, specific machine, that is thermofingering HPLC machine with the pump system with 966 photodiode detector. Okay, 966, that is the photodiode detector name at the 283 nanometer. Then there are mobile phase, that is methanol and water. Okay, mobile phase, that is methanol and water, around their composition, that is the 6 and 4. Okay, 6 ml of the methanol and 4 ml of the water. Okay, and their flow rate around 0.8 ml per minute. Okay, 0.8 ml per minute. Adjust their flow rate around 0.8 ml per minute. Okay, now we will see the second one constituent of the resin, that is curcumin. So curcumin, their biological source, that is curcumin is the obtained from the dried as well as fresh of the plant, that is Curcuna longa. Okay, and their family, that is Zingiberaceae family. Then curcumin showing the anti-inflammatory, antioxidant and anti-carcinogenic activity. Okay, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant and anti-carcinogenic activity. Curcumin derived from the fresh plant of the Curcuna longa and Zingiberaceae family. This is the chemical structure of the curcumin constituent. Okay. Then now we will see the isolation procedure for the curcumin. Curcumin, also known as the haldi or turmeric. Okay, and turmeric and haldi main constituent, that is curcumin. So take the 20 gram of the dried powder of the turmeric rhizome and extract with the petroleum ether in the Soxhlet assembly. 20 gram of the dried powder of the turmeric rhizome and extract with the petroleum ether, arrange in the Soxhlet assembly. then filter it, then residue again extract with the methanol. We take the one residue and this filter, then we take the some residue of the curcumin with the petroleum ether, and the residue again filter with the methanol. So filter and concentrate extract generate. Okay, then take the methanolic extract in separating funnel and add the 100 ml of the toluene and 100 ml of the 0.2 molar sodium hydroxide solution. Then shake it. Okay, separate the aqueous aqueous phase and maintain the pH around 3 addition with the HCl acid. Okay, hydrochloric acid. Then separate the ethereal layer and washed with the 30 ml of the water and dried over magnesium sulfate. So they give the yellowish color precipitate or PPT of the curcumin obtained. Okay. Then identification test. So treat the powder with sulfuric acid. It gives the Chrysone color. Okay, Chrysone color. Take the PPT, take the powder of the drug, okay, curcumin powder of the drug, and add in the sulfuric acid. They give the Chrysone color. Then second one test, that is thin layer chromatographic test. So there is stationary phase, that is silica gel 60F254. Okay. Then mobile phase, that is chloroform and methanol. Chloroform and methanol. Chloroform around 95 ml and methanol around 5 ml. Okay. Then UV detection at the 420 nanometer the wavelength. Okay. 420 wavelength nanometer, that is wavelength. Stationary phase, we use the silica gel 60F254 and chloroform and methanol for the mobile phase, and UV detection wavelength, that is 420 nanometer. Okay. Then now we will see the analysis procedure. So here also we use the same procedure for the HPLC. Here machine, that is isocratic and gradient, two types of the method follows in the HPLC. Here we use the isocratic machine. Okay, that is the operated by the machine auto system. Then stationary phase, that is column 18. Then mobile phase, that is the mobile phase 2% of the acetic acid and acetonitrile. Okay, and detection of the UV visible detection. For the detection, we use in UV. They available the one detector, that is UV with some other detector also, but here we use the UV visible detector. Okay, at the 425 nanometer. Okay, a method, that is isocratic. That then stationary phase, that is C18. Okay, column 18. Then mobile phase, that is methanol and 2% of the acetic acid and acetonitrile, and detection in a UV visible detector at 425 nanometer. Okay, so now we will end of this topic of the isolation, identification and analysis of the phytoconstituents. Okay, so thank you to all.